What's up? What are we doing?
Nah, dickhead!
Iolate just resubbed for 77 months. Regem.
Rat, as you so correctly put it, jam. I thought it was a foul. You hit someone in the box, they go down. End of story. You can complain it was soft, but as people have pointed out, the tackle that led to Denmark's goal, if you can call it a tackle, was also a soft free kick. Shaw just basically put his arm on the guy and he fell over. No one's complaining about that. It's the nature of football. People buy fouls and free kicks and penalties. And the way you do it is not just by standing there and when someone touches you, you throw yourself to the ground. You have to sell it. It's a skill in a way, you know? I had no idea where everyone was going on and on about how, oh, it's never a pen. Guy didn't touch the ball. He's touched Raheem Sterling. Foul. Penalty. Easy. Why try and stay on your feet? Go over, get the pen, win the game. It's football. It's not a friendly game with your mate. Also, take note that the two teams that have used this kind of strategy the best, us and Italy, are in the final.
Just resubbed for 38 months. Tehri's been other incidents way worse than that pen in the Euros, and no one cars enter England.
What are you going to do? What I have a problem with is the laser pointer. That can fuck off. Absolutely disgraceful. It's just awful. I don't think it made a difference because he saved the penalty. I mean, I just think it's horrible to see. Like, those things are very powerful. You can disorient people, give them, you know, bad eyes. Unless you've got footage of Pickford being lasered, I haven't seen it. But I mean, honestly, I think we played the best football over the course of the game. I think we dominated possession, we dominated chances. We looked much better than Denmark, especially in the towards the end of the second half. I thought we were excellent, and we bossed extra time. We looked fantastic. So I think we deserved to go through. I thought it was some of the best football I've seen England play at a tournament, in all honesty. There were spells where Denmark looked really good, but I don't think they deserved to go through over us. I think we looked better and played better.
Nah, dickhead!
And
Big
yeah,
Fat Flying Bloke underscore
don't
just
think it was a
resubbed
dive,
for 28 months. Never thought I'd see England in a final when you think back to the dark days of the volley with the Brolly and Hodgson ball.
I mean, honestly, this is the first final I've seen England in my lifetime. And I think we've got here playing some pretty bloody smart football. Italy are very strong. Very, very worried about facing them. But we'll give it a bloody good go, eh? But yeah, it's should be good games. I've seen videos. There was a video someone posted of the police nicking some idiots who were sitting in their back garden having a barbecue, shining laser pointers at helicopters and planes that flew overhead. I know. The thing is, it's a zero-sum game. If the other teams are falling over when someone barges into them and doesn't get the ball, and we don't do that, if we just stay to our feet and say, no, it would be unfair, we're going to lose games. You gotta play the game everyone else is playing. You think the Italians would have stayed on their feet there? Or the Spanish? Or the French? Of course not. Someone bundles into you in the box, you go down. Sterling's been excellent. I think he's been excellent. I don't see what... If anybody thinks Sterling hasn't been excellent, they're out of their tiny minds. Can you get gas analyzers from the... from here? Do you reckon? Yeah, the free kick was shit. I mean, it was not a free kick. Yeah, it is amazing that defenders will still kick and pull and shove and hack at players running with the ball. What else can they do? I mean, if you can't get the ball, you've got to do something. So in their minds, they're like, well, better give them a little boot. And they're like, oh, what do you mean free kick? Like, the mark of a foul is not... You don't have to do enough to actually knock someone over for it to be a foul. That's not how that works, right? You just have to basically play the man and not the ball enough that the referees feel, yeah, he's shoved him. He didn't play the ball. Therefore, what are we going to do about this? We're just going to go, oh, well, you know, probably could have stayed on your feet there. Because then an advantage is gained for the defender for just kicking a player. And that's... You can't have that. That's not football. Heavens. The second ball on the pitch, did that actually happen? Mechanic. Thank you, Tenchi. Thank you. Mechanic sells them. I've been doing alright with the Gratch, but I do like the Glock. And I've got magazines for it. mean, everybody's looking for a reason to say that England are arseholes. It's just it's the oldest trick in the book. I don't think the players did anything wrong. I think we played really good football, and I think we deserve to win. I think that's all there is to it. It's a shame we couldn't have scored in open play. Would have been nice, but we didn't. We got given a penalty. A soft penalty, agreed. But not a dive, and definitely a penalty, I think. It was like, you know... I think it was perfectly acceptable penalty. If it had been given against us, I would have blamed the defender for sticking his fucking leg out like an idiot. I think Brexit kind of didn't help. Like, I think a lot of European people, especially, probably rightly, saw Brexit as a massive fuck off and kind of an insult. And they also know that it's fucked them over, right? Like, I mean, Brexit is not going to be easy for any countries. It's a shitty, stupid thing to have happened. So I understand why they're pissed off. I'd be pissed off. Well, team, we're going to have to sell some shit. Because we've got a lot of crap. My hatred for England comes down to media. The Norwegian media has been hyping Premier League as the world's best football for 2 decades now. And it's not, period. And at the same time, they have been... But that's the Norwegian media. How's that us? Or are you saying that... I mean, the English... pundits do tend to talk about the Premier League as being the best league in the world and all the rest of it. They always do that. And they always have. And I'm not sure why. Because whilst, you know, Premier League is bants to watch and I do love it, it's like there's no way that you could honestly look at... I mean, I will say this. The Premier League does have more teams, I think, with a chance of winning it than... I mean, in Spain, it tends to be Real Madrid or Barcelona for the last, 15 years or something. That seems to have been pretty much it. I mean, let's have a look. Let's have a look at La Liga. So let's look at the previous winners. Champions. So Real Madrid have won it 34 times and Barcelona have won it 26 times. So, other than Barcelona or Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid has won it twice this century. Valencia won it once at the start of the 2003-2004 season and 2001-2002. So, Valencia won it twice. Atletico Madrid won it twice. Barcelona or Real Madrid have won it every other time this century. So that's 17 times it's been won by one of those two clubs. So let's look at Serie A. So Juventus have won it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times this century. Inter have won it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times this century. So that's 18. So other than those two, Milan won it twice. and Roma won it at 2000, 2001. So it's basically Juve and Inter, right? So let's look at the Bundesliga. This is going to be even worse. So the Bundesliga, if we get a champions, so Bayern Munich have won it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times in a row. Borussia Dortmund won it twice before that. Bayern Munich won it again before that. So Bayern Munich this century have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 times out of a possible 21. Borussia Dortmund have won it 3 times. And then we've had a couple of outsiders. Bremen, Stuttgart, and Wolfsburg are the other clubs to have won it. Once apiece. So Bayern Munich have won it 30 times. Now let's just check the Premier League. Let's have a look. Premier League champions. So Man U have won the Premier League 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times this century. Chelsea have won it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Man City have won it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Arsenal have won it twice. Leicester won it. Liverpool won it. Didn't too bad. A little bit more balanced. And I certainly feel like when I watch La Liga, if it's not one like Barca or Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid seem to be the ones doing almost all the winning. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the teams in there, like the quality of football of Real Madrid and Barcelona and Juventus and Inter is super high, right? But I feel like at least with the Premier League, I always feel there are maybe 6 or 7 teams going for those top 4 spots, and maybe a couple of them in any given season will have a chance of winning it. It seems it's a decent league. It is a decent league. Like it's pretty competitive for what it is. In terms of the quality of football, it's all right. I think it's decent. You know, it's not amazing. I feel like quite often it's actually pretty cack. I don't think the BBC is English biased. What are you talking about? They make a massive deal about the home nations. They love it. They love it. If Wales were still in the tournament and we were out, you'd be complaining, oh, now the BBC's talking about Wales. But it's just, England is the biggest story because we're still in the tournament. And we're like 50 million people or whatever are going to watch. So, of course, and, you know, of course they're going to make a big deal about it. Jeez. Everybody thinks it's biased. You know what fascinates me when it comes to the BBC is the left claims that the BBC is just a Tory mouthpiece. The Tories claim that the BBC is just a bunch of wokesters and has super, super left-wing bias. It's nuts. I don't care. I don't know about the rugby. I don't really care. What was I going to Google? Gas analyzer Tarkov. I want to see. Pretty sure you can get them all over the place. Jackets, scavs, drawers, ground caches, sports bags, technical supply crates, toolboxes, shelves. I would say I tend to lean more towards what I thought the left was. The left that was when I was growing up. I mean, the best Labour government that I've in my lifetime that I could think of was Tony Blair's Labour. Britain was like, you know, in the 90s, the mid 90s onwards into the early 2000s, it was like everything seemed to be going well. And then, you know, everyone seemed very happy. I know a lot of people liked Tony Blair as a leader. I know some people really hated him and all the rest of it, but that new Labour was much more of a party that balanced the social needs of any left-wing party with the business needs of a country, which is, you know, I think it's very tempting for people on the left now, which is extreme compared to when I was younger. Both of the sides are so much more extreme. So because one side is so extreme, the other has to be as extreme. So it's like this constant extremist pulling in both directions, and I can't stand any of it, in all honesty. I think it's just wank. People have lost all sense of reason and perspective. All I'm saying is balance in all things is important. What happened to that? What's up, man? Man, I'm on a mission here, mate. Also, been there a few times. Nout. Literally a hard drive and some caps. Not even, no bitcoins, no tetri. I need to find a gas analyzer. Oh, we'll take another mayo. Oh, and some coffee. And some delicious peas.
Ceasefire!
Ceasefire! I love the way he says that. I mean, I haven't heard anyone in here yet, so we can go and have a look, but... Allez, hoop!
Эй, земляк, мы стрелять будем?
I don't know why I got into politics. Can we move off it, please? That'd be great. I really need the toilet. I don't care about Casper 71. I've never got it anyway. Oh, what's that? A TNT brick. Sounds handy. I'm gonna have to find somewhere to hide. I really, really need the toilet. We'll hide here. I believe those chaps have gone underground. Here, go to my left.
Вижу, пидор! Тут враг!
Oh, fuck me!
Укрытие!
Please, no. It's not me. It's not me. Checking my frames and everything, and maybe I got a little bit of a stutter then, but it's Twitch. It was shit yesterday too. For little spells. Is there any way we win this fight? I mean, people are ultra crafty. How's it going, team? got a bad feeling. I watched some highlights of the OG Nigma series, which was nuts. Like, that was a crazy series. So that was TI qualifiers. So does that mean that Nigma is going to have to go into open qualifiers, or is there a losers bracket run, or what? Like, is there a lower bracket thing? Because it's OG against Tundra, right? Is the next game, but I don't know if that's like for all the peanuts or if that's something else. The lower bracket. Oh, we're gonna sell some shit. That's all there is to it. We're gonna sell some shit.
Frogster 3033 just resubbed for 20 months. The best streamer around.
Ah, please. There's at least 2 streamers better than me out there.
A proto raided with 176 viewers.
Thank you. Actually, let's hold on to these 10s because I do quite like the Vepr. Fuck off. Quick sort, Bosch. To the sorting table. Damn, that's annoying. I don't know why I'm holding on to these friggin' melee weapons, but I am. God, we've got just so much crap. It's unbelievable. God, we you know what? I think we might need another another scav case. What I would really like is a bloody somewhere to keep all these magazines, man. It's got so many. Sell the axe to my boy Jaeger. Sell it or trade it, Bob.
Poodle Oig just resubbed for 14 months. TV begin.
I mean, a food box would be handy. I don't think she sells them straight up, though, does she? Not yet. Woo! I'm gonna sell the fucking crowbar too. Blam! I mean, if I get another scav junk box, I can keep a fair bit of this crap can go in there. And I mean, I don't want to throw out too much of these odds and ends that I know, you know, it's one of those things where you think, oh, I'll need them eventually, and that's a very satisfying sound. I think that's the sound of someone clicking a pen. Listen. The sound is, yeah, it's really good. I'm not being funny, but these 35 round mags are really, really good on the SKS. I'll hold on to them for sure. Rapport, what do you have for me? Perfect.
Eddie Bingo just resubbed for 2 months. Lads.
Thank you. Listen, I've said before and I'll say it again. The slots are indeed rigged. The roulette is rigged. It's all rigged. You will not get a fair game here. That's not how we operate. Just like when you go to an actual casino and they list the chances on the side of the machine, it says you're going to lose. And people go, huh, not me, and they put their money in. You can't take the heat. Get out of the kitchen. I've got to wear a little cap. We've still got to find a gas analyzer, but they seem to be impossible to find. Bad rep evidence. Thank you. Oh, these are all gifted subs, right? Thank you very much. He doesn't seem to offer any trades for barter, but the therapist does. Do we just keep going back to reserve and try and get this bloody gas analyzer? Yeah, let's just do that. Do some customs in a bit. Thank you for the gift subs. So today I've got to pop to the bank at a bit later, and I've got to go to the gym at 4, so I'll be doing that and then I'll be back this evening. Years of hurt never stop me dreaming. I will never get tired of that song. I go 3 times a week. I have a personal trainer at the moment. I've got another, I think, after today, I think I've got either 4 or 5 more weeks of that, and then I'm going to do once a week with the personal trainer. and then work out at home. I'm going to get the stuff I need. So the stuff that I can't afford or don't have room for, like the bigger machines and like the proper barbell sets and all the rest of it, like the ski machine, the cycling machine, I'll do all that at the gym. And all the stuff with dumbbells, and like most of the stuff that you do, you can do pretty well at home. You can do like a lot of pressing with the dumbbells and rows and stuff like that with the kettlebell or with the dumbbells. There's a lot of squat stuff and a lot of planking and things like that. You can do all that from home. Like it's not I mean, like I said, the main thing I want to do is know what I'm doing in terms of posture and form and and build up an idea of what makes a decent workout, you know. And then also they teach you all the stretches and how to stretch properly and afterwards, so you don't pull stuff. I don't have a garage. Yeah, I think that certainly my trainers said that one thing that they thought that I was good at, certainly wasn't, you know, exercise early on, was that if something hurt, I stopped immediately and I said, that's hurting my back. And then you'll find that if you do enough exercise, you build up the muscles so you're not putting the strain on the parts of your body that, like, if you don't have, like, I've only been doing it for a while. I don't have the muscles I need to stop myself getting really easy injuries. So when I'm doing back lifts that involve my back, it's very easy. I can feel my back sometimes going like, oh no, we're not into this. Also, I'm old, and I've been sitting down for a long time, so I'm very careful with my back. If I feel anything, I stop. We move on to a different exercise. You got to look after yourself. But the trainer said it's good to be aware of like what your body's telling you, and a lot of people just push on and then get really badly hurt. You know, you've got to be very careful. Because I did not want to injure myself this early on and be like, well, I can't work out anymore, and this is week 3. Because one of my trainers, they do competitions in the area, and he was doing some kind of lifting, and he's fucked his shoulder. He has to get an MRI scan to find out what specifically he's done to it. That's him done. Like, he can't do any kind of exercise. 6 to 8 weeks. So I don't want that. Like, I really don't want, just as I'm getting into it and starting to see some returns on the work I put in, to get an injury would fucking suck. So I'm being really careful. If I feel a twinge or something, like I was doing some squats the other day. They're barbell squats. So you have a big old weight that you rest on your shoulders and you do squats up and down. And I felt like someone had stabbed my thigh with a tiny needle. So I stopped. I was like, can we do something else? But if I'd cracked on, maybe I'd tear something, you know? It's easily done when you're in horrible shape. You've got to be careful. Oh my goodness, no. Why do I always tap R by mistake? So if you're worried about injuring yourself, first of all, listen to your instructor really carefully when it comes to form and stuff like that, because if you lift it badly, that's how you injure yourself. So just be careful, basically. Dislocated kneecap sounds really unpleasant. I was playing five-a-side at university. I would have been about 19 or 20. And I was on the left flank and I went past a guy and then this other lad came in to tackle me and it was a really bad tackle. Like, he was really apologetic, but he just mistimed it. And he bent my ankle over. I felt it pop. I did not go to the doctors or the hospital. Just an idiot. My ankle was not right for... It's never really healed properly. Now, why didn't I go to the hospital? Just an idiot. I believe it was because one of the guys we were playing with, Charlie, who was a big lad from Nottingham, he was like, "What you want? No, it's just a sprained ankle. No, just all you've done is sprained it. All you got to do is go home, put it in a bucket of really cold water, then a bucket of really hot water. Keep doing that. It'll be fine in a week." I was like, "Oh, okay." And a week later, I had to go into university, and we had no transportation. We didn't have a car or anything like that, so I had to walk in. It took me an hour to walk in. It's not far. I was just limping. It hurt so badly. I didn't have a crutch or anything like that. If I'd gone to the doctors, no doubt they would have said, "You've torn something terrible in your ankle. Here's a bandage, and here is a friggin' crutch." What was I thinking? I went in to see a doctor about 3 weeks later because my foot had gone purple. Like, my whole foot was purple and yellow, which means I'd torn something because it was bleeding. That means there was something has been ripped because there's blood there, right? It was like twice the size of a foot. Just didn't go in. What the fuck? Why didn't I go to the hospital? Just ludicrous. But Charlie, because he was just a big northern lad. We played in a five-a-side tournament at university, and I remember Charlie turned up to play, and you won't remember this, but film used to come in a little canister, little black plastic canister, and you open the canister, you take the plastic top off, you take the film out, load it in your camera. When you were finished, you put it back in the canister, and that's what you handed in at the either a pharmacist or somewhere would develop film for some reason, or like you'd have a film development place. You go in there, give them that canister. So what Charlie did was he got one of these, cut the end off, and taped it around his finger. And we were like, Charlie, why have you got the tape around a finger? Because I was playing rugby yesterday, and I almost got my finger torn off. It got bent back, entirely bent back, and it was like hanging on, like it got ripped and everything. Just put a film canister on, it will be grand, and cracked on. What on earth? He was a nutter. So once I saw that, I was like, probably should have seen someone about the ankle. But I'd be playing, and it would just suddenly seize up. Like if I was, if I turned, or if I blocked a shot, or if someone kicked me in the left ankle, that was it. Like I was in serious pain for like 5 minutes. He was a really interesting guy. Like he was a nutter, but he was a really interesting guy. Spoke fluent French, and we were in this really hard pub in Plymouth. Like all that was in there was the bar, a dartboard, and a bunch of very big, hard middle-aged Janners. And he comes in, and we're chatting away a bit. And he's very loud, Charlie. He's an extremely loud guy. And his mate calls up, and he goes, hello? He goes, oh, bonjour, mais oui, ça va, hey! And he's like shouting in French on his phone for like 5 minutes, and I'm thinking, we're going to get our fucking heads kicked in this pub. We didn't. I thought, you don't speak French in a hard pub, Charlie, I was thinking. I don't know why I thought that. That was funny. Just uni stuff. Why is that open? That's normally shut. Someone's extracted already. Wow, they must have got some really good shit. Yeah, the disposable cameras. They were wank. All they were for was for you go on a night out. You buy one of these for $5.99, and the cost of the camera included the cost of development. That was the whole thing. And it was just a wind on, click, wind, click. No focus or anything like that. You had a tiny little square. Right, yeah, hold on. Click. Hey. Your mate would be there drinking. You said, oi, Tom, huh? And click. Way. You hand it in and you get a load of extremely blurry pictures back. They were not convenient or good. They were shit. You had no idea if the picture you'd taken was any good. You'd get home and you'd suddenly find you had your thumb in the way, or it was out of focus, or it was shit. But that was when Kodak was like a big company, you know? Kodak were like huge. Do we just splurge for another one of these? We've got the money. Right, what can we whack in here? I wonder if I can do this. What we really need is a food thing.
Mitch_plays just resubbed for 6 months. These streams have been a lifesaver while working from home.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy them. Someone has to, right? Let's take a wee snack. And you know what? We need a bigger bloody bag. We'll take a pillbox and we'll take some listeners.
Sparrowlads just resubbed for 49 months.
Shit. Don't want this bag. The old tri-zip. Let's sell it to Ye Rag Man. Why do you not put fuel to the scav boxes? Shut the fuck up. Who gives a shit? Just chill. God, you guys watch for hours and you have to pick holes in one tiny thing. Fuck off. Who cares? Shut up. Just watch the stupid thing. Just watch or don't. Mouth shut. You're in a cinema. Stop the movie! Why did Iron Man do that? Huh? Audience, who's with me? Why did Iron Man do that? Call the Avengers. Get them on the phone. Hi, is that Tony Stark? Why did you do that? You could have done it a more efficient way. It could have been different. If I was Iron Man... Hello? Hello! This thing's not working. Also, this is how people still talk on the phone. I was watching Co Carnage the other day, like I said. Co Carnage seems like the nicest dude. Has a message. If you do exclamation mark backseat, his message is... Backseating is welcome. Please be respectful. Make sure to @Co so that he knows you're talking to him. And please don't use caps. That's it. Huh? Oh, really? Oh, okay, yeah. It's like he's just playing the game. He's just vicariously... You're just playing the game through Co. Co, do this, huh? Okay, yeah. Like, I can't live like that, man. I'm my own person. I'm gonna do it my own stupid way. Gonna do it my own stupid way. I do often ask for help. Flip phones, God almighty. I thought they were back. I saw some Google phone that's like ultra thin and tiny and you can flip it. God, my mum is such a liar on Facebook. Do you know what she said? She watched the Ukraine game, the demolition of Ukraine, 4-0. Oh, I found it boring. It was too easy. Typical. She only watches the international tournaments. She only watches England. Too easy. It's like, yeah. Unbelievable. Too easy. I prefer it when we lose. That's the English way. Jesus. Owned. Tarkov is set in Grimsby. Yo, what the fuck? Where did that come from? Is that above me? There's two of them. Don't know if it's players or...
Ceasefire. Grenade out.
It's hard to tag him at this range. See, I felt like that was a raider. Because he was using tracers. Lad. Oh shit, we got them both. Spicy. Whoa. This fucking thing. Upstairs, I think. We could down the juice. I'll do that in a sec. Don't really want to be stuck here. Could be up there or in there, it's hard to say. Here he comes. I reckon he comes down outside. Yep. It's like right fucking here. Who's left? He's gone to get that light above me. He's not behind me, he's upstairs. Someone's in the offices. How far in are we? This could be scabs. That's him. Shit. Well, he definitely heard that. Fuck! I didn't think he was that far up. Damn it! God, just got me with traces as well. God, we killed 4 players. I just need to get out. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Damn. I thought I heard him further down. I didn't think he'd pushed up the stairs that far. I should have just set up and been ready for him. That's annoying. Prapor, what do you have for me? Let's take one of these guns in. Let's take the fucking Mosin Inf. This is a gun. Now this is a gun. Now you're gonna see some shit. What tier are you, sir? Class 3. And you? Class 3. Perfect. It was a good raid. It was a good raid. Like, we did alright, I think. Just needed to get that, I think that question mark... I wonder if we tapped that guy that was at the bottom of the stairs or not. Might have done. Shouldn't have pushed so hard up that corridor. Weird, he was using like... It looked like tracers, but it was BT ammo. Bizarre. I was not expecting that. Can you guys hear all that grinding? That's the illegal garage that I was talking about. Every day, rain or shine, apart from occasionally weekends. Oh, I've reported them several times. They're running a full-on like mechanics business. Cars coming in, they're carving bits off them, angle grinders, welding, the whole thing. BTR tracers? Oh, okay. I always thought all the tracer ammo was just called like tracer. It's just unbelievable. No, I don't think they're a chop shop. They do like they list themselves as a mobile mechanic, but all they do is just use the back of their house. So their garage empties out onto my road. They're on a different road, but they've got a long property, and the garage is at the back end and backs onto my road. So they just keep all their tools and stuff in there, and they'll have cars up in bricks all along there. And I've called the council 3 times. They've sent someone out. Once they came out and said they couldn't find anything. But I think that they have someone at the council that they know, and I'll tell you why. They used to have like 10 cars. The whole end of our road was just cars they were working on. Called up the council, and they turned up with a big, massive, long wheelbase truck. Loaded all the cars onto it. Fucked off. Area was empty. Council came around and said, sorry, we didn't see any evidence of anything. Left. A few days later, all the cars are back. Someone there has given them a bell. And another time, the council came out, and she said, I didn't see anything. I said, I'm looking at the cars right now. He is working on them as I speak. Where did you go? She'd gone to the wrong road. And I said, yeah, you've gone to the wrong address. I've told you their house is in that road, but the garage is in this road. And she was like, well, I'm sorry, I paid a visit and I didn't see anything. I said, yeah, but you paid a visit to the wrong place. So you haven't paid a visit. Well, sir, I'm sorry. The problem with taking videos is I don't want to walk up there And, like, this is one of my neighbours. I don't want to walk up there and be like this. It's very difficult. So they brought in parking restrictions around here. They brought in parking restrictions. And I spoke to one of the wardens that comes up and down, and I said, you've seen this, right? She was like, yeah, I've told him. I've told him all those cars have to be taxed, and he has to, you know, have parking stuff for them. So he's just doing that. He just does a couple of cars, puts a part, you know, makes sure they're taxed. Just so annoying. Oh, this is actually a pretty pog spawn. I don't think I've ever spawned here. Right, but they're not his cars. These cars belong to his customers. So he's just saying to them, like, these are cars that just need repairs. So they're the ones who are responsible for the taxing and all the rest of it. And I guess they do that. What? Oh, excellent. Thank you. I will. What are the chances they're creeping into this building as we speak? Or do we think they just legged it? Slowed down Ratchet emote. I reckon he came charging right through here, baby. Boom! Piss. Shit. Oh, we're in big trouble. Right, I'll be back in a sec. Need some water. Just a sec. So, in terms of my football coming home booking, where I'm at is I've completed all the information. I've signed in, like I've got my football coming home account is finished. But every time I go to complete on the website, it says I have to wait. I don't know what I'm waiting for, but I'm waiting. So I figure, you know, it's in the pipeline. I'm just hoping that it will actually come home at some point. It's going to get a bit frustrating. Look at all these cans of hot rod. Much better. Right. Showing the game for free on Sunday. That would be awesome. I would love that. I was wondering what, you know, they should just set up big screens and stuff like that. Like on the green and stuff. That would be pretty fun. What do we want to do? I'll take you, I guess. You'll do. Got any more magazines? We do. What kind of ammo you got in here? BP. Ugh, let's get this over with. I know, T-Chaz. I mean, I really want that game too. I also thought of another game that I'd like to see. It's one of the things I really like is like emergent gameplay. So, in my opinion, most of the time, people that make games, the stories that they come up with are very rarely that interesting. They're sort of very straightforward. They're game makers first and storytellers second, right? So it's fair enough. So I think the best thing to do is create a game like RimWorld, which is just a framework. And the game allows a story to be told. Like, everybody's got their RimWorld stories, you know. I feel like that's one of my favorite aspects. Anyway, this game is nothing like RimWorld. So, you basically play an omnipotent deity, and you've created a race of beings. You can make them look like however you want, customize them and everything, and you're not in control of them in the way that you would be in a lot of what they call god games, right? Where, like Populous was called a god game, in that, you know, you raised and lowered terrain and you could do all kinds of stuff. So I thought it would be nice if you created this race of people and they started off and they were basically going to go from Stone Age up to Space Age, and you were essentially designing their civilization by making tiny adjustments along the way. So you can, like, there'll be certain important areas. So if you're a cave-dwelling, stone people early in the civilization, you'd have sort of the wilderness nearby, cave, river, something like that. So those would be the panels, and the people walk around there, and you can influence things like encouraging an idea or discouraging an idea. You can inspire people a little bit. There are other little things that you can do to sort of adjust things, encourage some things, discourage other things. It might not always work, but it's like you can make little adjustments to your burgeoning civilization. Oh, actually, we'll take the screw nuts. So, for example, let's say in the medieval era, one of your guys has had an idea for something like gunpowder. Now, if you want to encourage that, it's going to make your guys more warlike. Like, you're probably going to have a war. But if one side who you favor doesn't have the idea of gunpowder, maybe you try and discourage the gunpowder guy. Is that just a regular scav? God damn, he's kid out. Damn, dude, you got some stuff. So let's say you encourage the gunpowder guy. Now, the lads that you wanted to win the war are probably going to lose it because they're up against guys who've got gunpowder, right? So maybe you go and influence, or you let it play out, see what happens. I thought that'd be kind of interesting. Oh! So anyway, so let's say I've got my monarchy and my king is really evil. Like, you can build an evil empire if you want. But here's where it gets tricky. For every good act that you do, like this decidedly sort of a good act, like helping someone or encouraging something that you would generally consider good, the baddies also get to do something. So there's like an AI, an evil AI. So there's like, for everything there needs to be balance. So you can try and keep it as neutral as possible to sort of limit the power of the evil guy. But the more good stuff you do, the more bad stuff he's going to do. So you have to sort of try and counter the plays of evil. Or if you're evil, you have to try and counter the plays of the good. So I thought that would be quite cool. But the details are not quite obviously fleshed out at all. So it's a bit of a non-starter, really. But I just love the idea of watching your little kingdom grow, and you're trying to aim for them to be a society of robots or something. What's that space game called where the whole game is actually influencing other races through politics and shit? No, that's not Stellaris or Eve. Is it that Slipways or whatever? I haven't seen that. That seems to be. That's like a 4X game you can complete in an hour, apparently. I just thought it'd be interesting because you could look into the minds of any of the little citizens, and some of them would be like a really important person who's going to come up, and he's come up with the idea of like individual liberty and rights of man and stuff like that. Maybe you encourage another guy to kill him and hope that it works out. If it doesn't, maybe that gives the guy a little more, he's like, they're trying to silence me, so he gets more public support. That would be quite fun. But it would have to be, a lot of the actual game engine would be very simple. What would be complex would be the emergent storylines that come out of your playthrough. So it wouldn't take like months to play through this. It would be a fairly quick playthrough, and there'd be lots of different outcomes. That would be kind of interesting. But it's super vague. That's the problem. But I would love to have. There are just so few turn-based shooters out there.
Stobby 149 just resubbed for 62
Like, I
months.
tried Door
All
Kickers. It's alright. It's alright. Like, I think the framework needs to be simple, but the potential for storylines needs to be large. But it would be complex to code all the interactions between the different threads, if you like. Speaking of threads, is that a loose thread on my brand new pair of jeans? No. I'm trying to wear these jeans to break them in. Ugh. Phoenix Point was... I've tried really hard to get into
Phantom
that game.
Pain 79 just resubbed for 14
I tried
months.
so hard. Like, I played it for a couple of weeks. I really tried. And it's just... It just has a real... There's so many things about it that are just slightly off. Do you know what I mean? Like, where you think that's a big step backwards and tedious. Having to worry about magazines and ammo was tedious. The fact that XCOM did away with that was a really good move, because it's not fun. It's not fun. And then the ramp up in difficulty is like... It's insane. It's insane. Like, the monsters are constantly mutating, adapting to the way you play, and then it's just like, oh yeah, on this mission, there's a giant, like, dinosaur thing that can just smash down buildings. Oh, and by the way, the sound effects appear to have been done by an 8-year-old. It literally goes, rawr. I'm not kidding. It literally, the sound effect is, but higher, it's like, rawr. It's like, what is that? It feels like a placeholder. It's obviously their kid. No place in a game. It just sounded so cheap and shit. And you're micromanaging so many things. So many things. It was just, ugh. It was just like, you didn't learn any lessons from XCOM, did you? Like, XCOM 2, War of the Chosen, was fantastic because it was tactical, the fights were intense, you had to really plan all the stuff out and everything. Like, some of the fights were like, oh shit, alright, if I do this, and then it's like puzzles almost. It was brilliant, and it had some great moments. I mean, geez, all the XCOM streams I've done, there's some fucking hilarious moments, and some, honestly, just great moments. Isn't Fire Emblem some fucking weeb shit? Yeah, look at this wank! Are you out of your mind? Look at it! So I tried Wilder Myth, and I was just like, I don't know. It didn't grab me. The combat was really simplistic. Really simplistic. It just didn't do it for me. Can we catch any Chinese lads out? TY? Works every time, team. Works every time. Just my favourite play in the game, in all honesty. Shit, I couldn't see him at all. I thought I put a whole magazine in that guy, man. God, what a beast. Maybe I just hardly hit him. I really thought I hit him a load. Oh well. I just couldn't see him. Had no idea where he was. Should just sprayed the bushes. Have I seen the greatest penguin heist of all time? Why do I sense that this is going to be shit? But no, I haven't. What is it? A movie? Was he in the bush? Was he literally lying in a bush or sitting in a bush waiting for me? Damn. Lying down. Oh, so he was just lying down. Son of a bitch. Ugh. It's a game. Greatest penguin heist of all time. That really doesn't sound. Like my cup of tea. No, not really. Kind of looks like Gang Beasts, but with penguins, and you're doing a heist, I guess. What do we need to do? I need to get this fucking thing. This is just horrible, this mission. Stashing things in the bunkers, that's not too bad. But we don't want to do it with this loadout. Find the bunkhouse key. Gain access to the closed room in the factory offices. Bad rep evidence. I'm trying to remember where it is. Oh, this is on customs. All right, I know where this is. All right. Bunkhouse key. The Vaz car key. Factory. Bunkhouse key. All right. Just hope to God we can somehow do this. I mean, it's going to be bloody impossible, but... Now I've done Dawn's quests. Have I heard of sex poker? It's a lot like Tarkov. I'm gonna Google this, not to show anybody, but let's have a look. Sex poker. Save 35% on sex poker. You must log in to see this content. Fine. Who buys these games? Good God Almighty. Reviews mostly negative. Good God. How are you living that life? I don't understand. I bet it sold a bunch of copies. I still haven't done Horizon Zero Dawn, which everyone assures me I should. Oh my God. They did it. Wait, how did this come out in April last year and I didn't know about it? Lock and Load Tactical Digital. It's Advanced Squad Leader, the board game, as a video game. I can't believe it. I've waited so long. How is it only £3? So, it's a really, really nerdy, hex-based World War II squad-level combat game. So it's like, you'll have a counter for a squad of lads. Machine gun on top means they have a machine gun. There's like fire arcs. It's all very rulesy. I'm not going to stream that in a million years. Yeah, but you don't have to buy the DLC. Just buy one. You know, it's obviously they're offering maps and scenarios for different theaters and stuff like that. You don't have to buy them. Buy the ones you want. I'd rather it costs £4 and then I can choose which scenarios I want than have to pay £50 and find out it's wank. I'll take that so no one else can get it. Lol. No one else is going to stream it, that's true. It's funny, when you stream a game like that, you quite often get the devs turning up. I had that a few times with weirder games that I've streamed. The devs turn up and they're like, well, thanks. See, you used to get things like intelligence and stuff spawning in these kind of places. Just don't see it anymore. What game are you talking about, Katowi? Horizon Zero Dawn? I don't really think she's starting a revolution. Oh, I thought you were talking about a dev. You're talking about the character. Damn! How do you know what to keep and what to sell in Tarkov? Stuff I need for quests I'll keep. Yeah, that was a weird spot. I think he was just happened to be there and then I walked past. So, if I know something is necessary for a quest down the line or for building something in the hideout and I find it, I'll hold on to it. And if I make it out, then I can sell it. Things like toolkits, you need those for quite a few things in the hideout, I think, so I always pick those up. Keys only take up one slot and they're always worth a bit of money. But we didn't get much. That raid was bad. Like we did find a few odds and sods, but nothing really impressive. Right, I've got to do some stuff. I've got to pop to the bank and a couple of other bits and bobs. So I'm going to call it a day there. Because I need to get this stuff done. And then I've got the gym at 4. So I will be back this evening, 8 p.m. Hope you can join me then. Cheers for watching. Take it easy. Peace out.